Welcome to Breaking Down Your Business, episode 360. You can find the show notes of this episode at breakingdownyourbusiness.com/360.
Blah, blah. Oh, yeah.
Hey there,
oh,
Jill.
Yeah. Hello, Brad.
This
How
week we're
goes
going to
it?
talk about the top 5 numbers to track in an episode that we recorded before the global pandemic shutdown.
Woo.
One of the things that I've been telling people to do as the economy is slowing down here and retracting is to pay close attention to your numbers. So we felt like this episode was a really important episode to release. But as you listen to it, you might be thinking, wow, that sounds kind of out of touch. And it's because we recorded it like the first week of March.
I mean, we're crazy, but we're not that crazy. We just want you to have that value. Enjoy, everybody.
So, Jill, how much do you know about employment law?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You went to law school, you know nothing about employment law.
I know nothing about employment law.
How are small business owners supposed to figure out employment law if they didn't even go to law school?
Thankfully, we have an incredible sponsor called Comply Right.
Comply Right.
That's offering a 6-course freebie to educate you on employment stuff regarding your business. I know. So if you're a business owner, chances are you're juggling many HR tasks and you're trying to keep up with the ever-changing employment laws. They're changing all the time.
Yep.
HR 101 from Comply Right is a free online training program that'll give you a solid understanding of employment law so you can handle typical workplace issues like a pro.
This is completely free?
Yeah. I'm just going to list to you some of the courses that they offer. General legal obligation for employers, recruiting and hiring,
Hard.
classifying workers correctly,
Complicated.
managing your employees, preventing
Tricky.
workplace harassment,
Yikes.
and discipline and termination. So I'm going to send you to complyright.com/courses. It's totally free. Go there right now. Do the thing.
Wow. So, Jill, we're going to talk about the top 5 numbers you should track.
Why do numbers make you so excited?
I love numbers.
No.
That's why we're doing a top 5, because it's a numbers episode.
It's like a Breaking Down Your Business throwback. Who remembers the top 5s we used to do?
See all those hands going up, Jill?
It's so many.
All right, the top 5 numbers you should track. And I want to preface this by saying that I'm talking to service businesses here. If you're a manufacturing business, or it's different, and I just had to pick something.
Dig
so I
it.
picked service business.
Dig
all right?
it.
All right.
Okay.
The number 1, we usually do the number 5, though, don't we?
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
We don't.
but-
Oh my God, you're getting the numbers wrong on the numbers episode. Really boding well for the.
5, the fifth, one of the numbers you should track.
Unreal.
You need to track cash in the bank.
Who's gonna trust you at this?
Cash in the bank.
Cash in the bank.
Cash in the bank is like oxygen.
Okay.
If you don't have any, you'll do anything you can to get it.
Yes.
Because if you run out,
I like the oxygen metaphor.
you're dead.
You are dead
Yeah.
if you have no cash in the bank. Dig it.
So you need to pay attention to your cash in the bank.
Okay.
And not just the number that is in your bank account. You know, you can also do a cash flow forecast where you can look ahead the next couple weeks.
What?
And you list out payments that you know are going to need to go out because
Yeah.
over the next couple weeks, you know what the bills are going to be. You can list those
All
out.
those freaking auto paying.
Right,
things
all that
you
stuff.
forgot you
Payroll.
signed up
There's
for.
going to be payroll
Payroll.
coming. There's going to be other people that want money from you.
Yep.
And then you can also list the money that you believe is going to be
Is
coming in, right?
Totally.
And usually because you know your customers and you know how this goes, you can look at that list and go, you know,
Charlie's never gonna pay.
he's
me.
never going to pay. So I need to get on him now because if he doesn't pay,
Yeah.
then there's this whole cascading problem,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
And so that helps you to get a little ahead of things.
'Kay.
So that you can make sure your cash in the bank never runs low.
Do you do this every week or month?
At this point in my business, I have a good-sized cash cushion, so I don't have to do it on a weekly basis.
Or okay, when you were doing it,
Yes, every week.
How
so
long did it take you?
Like with my clients, we do a weekly cash flow, and the bookkeeper puts together the cash flow.
Yep.
So we get a report from her that has all the payments.
Oh, so it takes you no time at all because
Well,
you just stare at the numbers.
We look through the numbers and we say, okay, is anything at risk? If it's at risk, who do we need to contact?
Yeah,
right?
got it.
And usually we look at it and say, no, it's going to be all right. So
Got it.
But just even that, even looking at it and knowing it's okay, then when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, am I going to make payroll?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I went over it. It's going to be fine.
Right. All right.
So 5, cash in the bank.
Cash in the bank.
4.
You
you're
got
gonna,
it.
You're going to like this
You
one.
got it. I doubt it.
Leads.
Okay.
You need to
All right.
track the number of people who are contacting you, whether it's on your contact form or scheduling an appointment with you or somehow raising their hand. We call those leads,
Yep.
people who want to work with you.
Potential customers.
Correct.
Potential clients.
People who you're making into customers. We need to track how many of those are happening every week.
Okay.
Because that should be a leading indicator of sales, right?
Yes.
If we have more leads, we should end up with more sales.
Yes, and I'm going to ask a question that I think people might be thinking. Maybe I'm not going to get this right for all of you, but why would you track it every week if my flow is different? If I only want to if I'm only concerned with how many come in a month or
Well-
how many come in every 6 months.
So if you track it weekly, you're going to be more accurate.
Okay.
Just because it's not such a big chore to go back a month and
Yes.
who was that and
Right,
whatever it is.
right.
And even if you only care about how many come in every month, I think looking at weekly trends can be helpful. I like looking at rolling averages. So on average, how many leads did I get over the last 90 days? And are the weeks
Got it.
are the leads that I got this week more than the average of the last 90
So what
days?
if you get 0 leads you have a 0 on your sheet
Sure.
for 3 weeks in a row?
Ooh, 3 weeks in a row, I would start to get concerned,
Okay.
right? Like
Okay.
1-0, it happens.
Okay.
Stuff like that happens.
Okay.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, what do I need to do to get some
And to
things
remind you all,
happening
this
here?
is leads. This is not actual sales.
Correct. That's right. Because you've probably got a bunch of stuff in the pipeline
Already.
that are selling, even though you're getting no leads.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend, and he said that lead generation, which I know is a word that you're not excited about, but
It's a phrase. It's not a
outreach,
word.
whatever you want to call it,
Okay.
is sort of like going to the gym. Like you can skip it for a few days,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't really notice, but you skip it for a few weeks, and you start to
Yeah.
notice. You got that doughy feeling,
Totally.
and then when you go back to do it again,
Yeah.
it hurts.
Yeah.
So I
And
say
there are ways to deal with this. You can set up auto reminders if you don't want to just be staring at some silly sheet that Brad is suggesting you create. You can set up reminders like, hey, I want to check in with these potential leads every
Yes,
week. Or
right.
you set up a system for yourself in your calendar and
Right.
your auto responses.
in your
wherever
CRM.
Ew, gross. Go on.
Yeah. Okay, so that was number 4 was leads. Number 3, you need to measure happy customers.
What does that mean?
I have written down here.
What
Jill's
is
going to
this,
say, what does that
Bhutan?
mean?
No, you didn't. Isn't Bhutan the country that measures happiness in their peoples?
No, but I think it was somewhere in South
Anywhere.
America.
Why
Right.
why do we care? What are you
Why
talking
do we care? Well, creating happy customers is kind of like the point to the business.
about? Well, it should be the point of your life.
Right. And as a business owner, sometimes I'll use the first person.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
should.
I
You should.
get kind of carried away in the doing the business, and I don't really pay attention to whether the clients are happy. Or
Really?
not. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like that's all I do all day. So why would I add this to the sheet if that's literally my number one concern every day, all day?
Well, I think the other thing is if you're like Jill and you're all the time paying attention to it, I bet you're not paying attention to it in any way that is quantitative.
You know what? And I should say, I think there's a huge difference between the fact that you have clients that are long term.
Yes.
I have members that at any moment can leave.
Right.
So it has to be much more my concern constantly because they could just go at any time.
Well, mine can also, but I think the difference actually, I think it's more important for you because you have so many members.
Oh, maybe that's true too.
You don't talk to everyone every week.
Right,
Right.
right.
And so you need a survey mechanism. You need a way to get.
Totally. And how would you suggest people track it? Because
So-
surveying, of course, and there are many ways to do that. You could do that in a Facebook group. You can
Sure.
do that in an email with
Right.
Typeform or whatever you use.
Net promoter
Survey
score is
Monkey.
the way that most people would tell you to do it.
Okay.
So you ask one question: how likely are you to refer
Yeah.
my business
This
to
is
someone
funny
else?
because I never think those things are honest. I like actual feedback better.
You can do that too. The thing about open-ended feedback is that it's hard to quantify, but it is. I like it
and
also.
See, I don't like data anyway.
Yeah.
So whatever.
All right. So cash in the bank, leads, happy customers.
Yep.
Number 2.
Oh my god.
'Cause we're counting down.
Wow.
I have it numbered the wrong way.
Can't count, but it's
I'm
going to
just- I'm
talk
doing
about
math.
finances the
Okay.
whole episode.
So this one I think might surprise you, Jill,
Okay.
but I think it's a very important measure.
I already don't like it.
I want to at least every month look at how much did I earn, and this is not how much did people pay me. This is how much did I end up with at the end of the
Net.
month. Yes, net profit. we
Okay.
call that.
You surprised I know what net is?
divide that by the number of hours that I worked that month.
Why?
How much am I making per hour?
Oh.
Now,
Well,
I don't
see
want
why
you
you're
s-
saying this is service-based, not product-based.
Right.
Bingo. Got it.
So even though I'm not selling hours, I never sell somebody an hour.
No,
Selling hours
flat,
is the
flat
worst.
fees, packages.
The worst, right.
Yeah.
However, at
Yeah,
the end of the
why do you
day,
wanna know?
I spent a month to make this amount of money. And one of the things that I'm doing in my business all the time is I'm trying to find more efficient and effective ways to turn that time into money.
Are you dividing it by the amount of hours that you actually work in a day? And what is that? Is that 30 hours a week? Is that all including weekends? Are you only doing the actual hours you're in the office?
I'm estimating the actual hours that I worked.
Got
So
it.
it's not
Got
an
it.
8-hour day. It's probably a 9.5
Well,
hour
it's
day.
different
Something
for
like
everybody.
that.
It's
Exactly.
different for everybody.
But that's what I'm saying. You decide what is working hours for you.
I like that.
And if you can get your working hours down to 30 hours a week,
Sadly, I like that.
you're going to make more dollars per hour.
And it's just that you're saying that, or you're suggesting it because it's just a nice way to track
Yes.
how I'm doing.
Yes.
So that if
It
one
keeps
month,
you focused on working harder is not the answer,
right?
right? If you're
That's why I
making
like
more
that.
but you're working harder, it's not a sustainable thing.
Right. So the goal is
More dollars per hour.
more dollars per hour.
Right.
I like it.
If you're working 20 hours a week, you just doubled your dollars per hour. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you can make your systems more efficient, you can make more money per hour.
God, math is just it's
Awesome.
really working.
Okay, and the
for us.
number one thing that you should be measuring, and I'm just going to pause here and say this is not a very quantitative measure. This is
I already
something-
love it then.
All right.
Okay.
I think the most important indicator of whether your business will be successful is your enthusiasm, health, and engagement in the business.
What? That's a lot of things. What do you mean?
If you're sick and tired, and every time you think about your business, it makes you go, ugh,
Okay.
that is a poor indicator of your business health.
Oh, got it.
If you're going to the gym and you're sleeping well and you're doing things with your family and your health is good and you're excited about your business and you're enthused about it,
What if you're exhausted, but you're excited about the business, and you're so excited that you exhaust yourself?
that works on a short-term basis.
You're so demanding. Do you have to go to the gym? I'm asking for a friend.
I think that some form of physical exercise.
I like that you said that because I don't want everybody listening to think that you must go to the
You
gym
don't have
in
to go
order
to the
be
gym.
healthy.
You don't have to go to the
for
gym.
your biz.
When I was in my 30s, I didn't think exercise was important. That was wrong.
That was wrong.
Yeah. Going to the dentist is important, right? Like there are things that are
You
important.
mean taking care of yourself and putting yourself
Yes.
first before the business's needs
Put on your own oxygen mask.
is going to help the business, even though you want to give yourself up to have it succeed.
If you're exhausted and sick, your business is not going to do well. If you can't work, you can't work.
Yeah. And I just want to point out that all of us have done that. We have all had an unhealthy phase where we thought, well, it's for the betterment of the business, so it's fine. I can ignore meals. I can ignore sleep. I can ignore any doctor at all. And yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You just can't.
I mean, there's probably a quantitative way to do it. We're just not interested. You know when you don't feel well. You know?
Well, I think that's one that you could put a score on. You could say,
How do I feel? 1 to 10.
1 to 10. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
How's my health? 1 to 10.
Sure.
How's my engagement? 1 to 10.
Sure.
And you could track that over time.
Right. Oh, speaking of tracking, how are you doing on no sugar?
I am clean. Well, okay.
For those of you listening who have not listened before, Brad and I, every January for the past few years, decide to go off of refined sugar together, and we never last the year.
So one of my
You
favorite
already
things
done.
in the world is white trash cookies. Do you know what white trash
I have
cookies
no
are?
idea what those are.
Some people call them Missouri Roca. They're saltines that essentially you pour butter and brown sugar over and bake it until it's like caramel, and then you put chocolate on the top. It's amazing.
Sounds
I had
gross.
one bite of that, but just one
One bite?
One bite.
That's hilarious. That doesn't count.
That's what I
please.
feel like I'm
I don't
okay.
like the stickler thing, but otherwise you're still off
I'm
the
off.
refined sugar.
I'm off.
Same.
And
What?
for I'm off alcohol for Lent. So
Well, congrats. I don't know what to say in response.
Yeah.
But well, you're welcome.
yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. I think we crushed it.